Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, as Pinky from Next Friday would say. It's your boys, Birds of a Feather. Got the boy Chucks, PY, Jake to the F. In the bottom, holiday edition. It's mustache time. Let's go.
Oh my God!
I'm embarrassed!
You're flying!
Oh, come in. It's almost time.
God, I love that intro. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Birds of a Feather on A2D Radio, brought to you by Baggio's Bread, located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, home of the best stuffed breads, tomato pie, sandwiches, cutlets, and meatballs. Make sure you mention A2D Radio, and they will give you 10% off your store purchase. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and everywhere you download your podcast. So if you're listening to us live right now, or in your car, on your commute, or on the way to Baggio's Bread, make sure you give them a shout out, and we appreciate your support. I'm back after a week kind of on hiatus. I was in the background. For those of you who don't know, I came down with Dallas palsy a couple weeks ago. So it's been really difficult to talk, but I am on the mend. I am good enough to play, to go tonight. I was a game time decision, and I'm giving it a go. And I'm here for our Cowboys Eagles week and Christmas Eve preview. I'm back, boys. And of course, to my left, Mr. OGP Evans. What's good, brother? How are you? To my left,
Just spreading the holiday cheer as cheap as I can be. Deals. Good to see everybody back. The core four missing the thumb. Nate's not going to be on with us tonight. I don't think he's at a Christmas party. So we're missing the thumb, but we got the four. We got the four. If you know what this means, in 1986, you was in trouble if you was a good guy. So read in between the lines. But no, just happy to be here, man. Holiday season, and everybody be safe out there, because my kid just came home. She said they saw a head-on collision coming down Mays Landing Road. So everybody be safe, be vigilant. Presents are going to be there. We'll get to celebrate on Sunday. Just try to be there in one piece. That's all, man. That's
Absolutely. Mr. P. Young, how are you? Mr. Santa?
Doing all right. Yeah, I'm showing up to the dealership tomorrow dressed as Santa, just to fuck with my boss. But also just because I think we sold like 6 or 7 cars today, and I'm just like, I want to have some fun.
There you go. Nice. And of course, the one and only Mr. Jake Friel. I just saw you this past Sunday. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Getting in the Christmas spirit a little bit. Hopefully we come out on top on Saturday. Today feels like a Friday. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but today feels like a Friday.
My coworker said it at least 6 times. She's like,
like I've been out of work, so I don't know what it feels like.
all the days blend together. But
kind of blend in.
Trophy husband.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, the first quarter of the show, we are going to talk about the upcoming game this Saturday, which includes the start of one Gardner Minshew. The stash is back. He makes his start with Jalen Hurts out. So we will talk about that, preview that game, talk about the repercussions of the Jalen Hurts injury, and if we believe that Minshew can get it done. That is the first topic of the show. Second quarter, we are going to go into the NFL as a whole as we get down to the last few weeks of the season. How do we see the playoff picture panning out, and who do we, each of us, want to see in the playoffs this season? Who do we want to see make it? What teams deserve to make it? We'll talk about that. Second half of the show, third quarter, we are going to talk about the Pro Bowl selections. They were announced yesterday, and the Eagles lead the league in Pro Bowl selections. It's insane how many we got. We had 17 between starters and alternates. So we'll talk about that. give our flowers to the players that got it, and give a shout out to those who got snubbed, not just from the Eagles, but and then of course fourth and final quarter we go no huddle. We hurry it up and give you random hot topics, quick hitting topics for you as we head out of the show. But like I said, the first quarter of the show, which is brought to you by eXp Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, if you're looking for a change in career or brokerage, contact Alan Foy of eXp Realty LLC at 302-682-8820 or visit him at alan.foy@exprealty.com. Our poll question, which is brought to you by ATD's Rant or All Campus, the home of ATD's Rant booth, which is giving 20% off everything in their store. Gardner Minshew will finish as the player of the game for the upcoming Eagles-Cowboys matchup. Agree or disagree? Pete Evans, agree or disagree with the poll?
I'm just waiting for our show's Noah to get settled in here.
Yeah.
Usually Pete Wyatt waits like 10 minutes before he's the recline button.
He's out.
It's like not today.
Not today.
It's been a long day, boys. It's been a long fucking day.
Player of the game for the Eagles Cowboys. I mean, if we win, he has to be, right? Because we're only going to win if he plays well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the defense will do its job to a degree, but if we win this game on Saturday, it's going to be because of his play. So I agree to the poll.
Jake.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback right off of Pete. I mean, if he plays well and we win, then yeah, sure. He has to contribute. Now, again, I think, and again, this could just be me, but I think the NFL is kind of seeing the story now to where Gardner Minshew's coming in for an injured Jalen Hurts. Obviously, Gardner Minshew this past week lost his head coach and Mike Leach over the weekend. So I think that's a big motivation for him to show out for his head coach, to honor his head coach. So I think that's a big factor in there as well that I think they're going to be talking about. But yeah, I'm going to agree to the poll.
Mr. Young.
Yeah, I massively fucking disagree.
Okay.
Like I get it. Like I understand where everyone's thinking is, well, if he plays well. See, I disagree. I think he has so many pieces around him that basically if the run game is going, if you're making the passes that you're supposed to make, if he's not doing anything crazy, they're probably going to win with him, but they're not going to win because of him.
Okay.
Like the Jets game last year, he was good, but they didn't win because of him. They won with him doing what he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Finding the guys in coverage, getting the guys behind the line of scrimmage, using the run game to their advantage. And this year you're going to have an added bonus. You have a really stellar defense that seems to be coming into its own in terms of pass rush. Not to mention the Cowboys O-line is fucking grated cheese right now. And I literally can't wait for Hassan Reddick, Javon Hargraves, Brandon Graham, and Josh Sweat to make Jason Peters their bitch on national television.
I think they have Tyron Smith also playing right tackle.
Tyron Smith is back.
Yeah, but they have him playing right tackle, which is going to be interesting.
Fun.
Okay.
You done?
Host. What say
Mr.
you?
Moranin.
I am absolutely agreeing to the poll. And I'll say this, Mr. Young, I get what you're saying because logically, I think that, he'll be the reason. He won't be you would think he's the backup QB. If we win, we'll win with him, not because of him. And I get that. He just has to not lose the game. And we have enough talent to beat the Cowboys without him being the best player on the field. But you know what? Too many storylines going into this. With Jake, what you said, his old coach that believed in him, with his being this week, and Gardner giving the eulogy. with everything that's riding on this in terms of you win, lock up number 1 seed in playoffs, with it being Christmas freaking Eve. Yeah, there's too much storyline to go into this.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think that he's going to be on an absolute mental high, and he's going to play lights out. I think his best game, if I'm looking back on his stats, the best game he's had in his career so far was back in 2020, week 2. It was a loss to the Titans, but he threw 30 of 45, which is a 66% completion percentage, 339 yards, and 3 touchdowns in that game. I think he tops that. I think he absolutely tops that. It's not, and I'm not speaking more so from my head. Again, I logically, with him being the backup, he's just likely you would think that he's not just, it's just a matter of him not making mistakes. But I'm thinking with my heart right now. I think that the Eagles want to get this done. There's been a lot of talk about Parsons, obviously, the past week or so, and his comments. And
even gonna play.
I think that, I know him and Diggs have an illness. They're gonna play. I'd be very surprised if they don't play, but I think it's just.
They're both big pussies. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it's like a movie right now. So
right.
I'm following my heart, I'm following my gut, and I think he goes off. I honestly think he goes off. So I'm going to agree to the poll. Now,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, with Parsons too, with Vander Esch being out, you may not see Parsons as a pass rusher, more of a linebacker.
In coverage, yeah.
Once this goes back around, I have some stats to give out about.
It's just going to be good.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Read the stats off because I was going to go.
Well, I mean, because it may put a damper on things because they're not stats that are in our favor. That's what I'm saying about these.
Let me get to the comments real quick and then read off the stats. But we got Brian Daly saying, "What's up to us?" This Chuck's glad to see you back. Thank you, Daly. I appreciate that. I appreciate all thoughts and prayers, everyone. As you can tell, I still have a little bit of a slur because I haven't regained full motion of the left side of my face, but it's good enough to talk. And so if I can talk without getting the migraines again, if I can talk without really severely slurring my words, I'm going to be on. So I appreciate it. Wayne Miller says, "What's up, fellas? Cowboys week or Cowgirls week? Let's effing go." Povia says, "Welcome back, Chucks. Thanks, both." Mr. Wing says, "Will be a lot of screens and tight end seams and a running game with Minshew in."
Bingo.
Wayne Miller says, "I'll disagree. I think it will be close and he'll play fine. I believe someone on the defense will make a huge play to decide the game late." Ryan Curtis says, "The Eagles are stacked. Gardner is holding a glorified tryout for 31 other teams for the next year. Hurts is our guy.
Really good point.
Kyle's going to run for 150. Pin that. Love it." And that's a great point. This is also Gardner's, this is the final showcase, or could be the final showcase. I mean, he might have the Saints game and Giants game, but this could be the big game for him to show that he's worthy of a starting job as a bridge quarterback somewhere else in free agency next year. So he's going to want to ball out. Joseph Orkowski says, "Gardner Minshew, 235 yards passing, 30 rushing touchdowns, or 30 rushing, 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers. Eagles win 31-20.
I would cry tears of fucking joy. My best bro is coming over to watch the game on Christmas Eve, and nothing would make us happier than getting able to not only celebrate Christmas together, but also celebrate the Eagles beating the Cowboys fucking ass on Christmas Eve.
Disagree. Angry Bird says disagree. It's going to be a running back period. Our O-line will dominate, and their linebackers and secondary are banged up. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. Let's see. Anything else? Public Enemy says Dallas Goedert's going to take over. He says go for it, but I'm assuming he means Goddard. Yeah. And Wayne Miller says, "Didn't they clear Van Der Esch to play?" I'm not 100% sure.
No.
I haven't checked.
I think he's been ruled out already.
Yeah, I just looked on Twitter. He's the only Cowboy player that's been ruled out.
So can I just laugh at all the guys that they took with injury concerns are already biting them in the fucking ass? Vander Esch, and who's the other linebacker? Oh, Jalen something.
Well, he's not on the Cowboys anymore.
I know he's not there anymore, but that's my whole point.
Are you talking about, he's on the Giants.
Jalen
now, but
Smith,
Yeah, Jalen Smith. Remember, they gave him a fuck ton of money.
Who was the LSU linebacker they drafted this year?
That hasn't played at all. What the hell is his name?
You're making me look it up.
Yeah, that's the guy who I wanted too, and
Yeah,
I drafted the other one that hasn't done anything.
Injury.
Not more than the other guy.
History. I'm looking it up now, so give me a second. The Jabril Cox.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah. Brigman says, nah, someone else will outshine Gardner. As long as Gardner doesn't suck, we are fine.
Agreed.
Yeah. Joseph, maybe 155 on the ground, 390 yards total of offense. All right, Pete,
Okay.
what stats did you have that could be right now?
I know it's team to team and varies ever since year to year. Okay, but this one throw out some stats. Since 2018, since the Eagles won the Super Bowl, Dallas's divisional record at home. Just take a wild guess of what it is.
Was it like really good?
Since when?
Since 2018.
2018, 2019 or something.
In division.
So they've had 14 divisional games up until this point.
I'm just trying to remember the record.
Up to this point?
Huh?
You said they've had 14?
14 since
12-2.
Close.
I'm going to say 10-4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 10-4.
No, 10-4.
13-1.
Wow.
Against the spread, they're 11-3 for our betting fans out there.
Really?
Wow.
The point differential is like plus 3 something.
At home.
At home. Where this game is taking place. So all I'm saying is it's going to take a Herculean effort for us to win on Saturday.
See, I completely disagree because like obviously
they're not going to lay down because they know.
I don't think they're going to lay down. I think they're going to play down to competition. I think they're going to go in there thinking, oh, we're the fucking Cowboys. It's home. You know, who the fuck is Gardner Minshew? Because look at them the last 3 weeks. They've played some of the worst teams in fucking football. And outside of the Colts giving up like 30 points in like the fucking fourth quarter, they got like bitch smacked like every week.
I mean, outside of that in the Vikings game.
Yeah.
But I mean, look what the coach did to the Vikings for a half. A half. I mean, you can't. I don't think this is the thing. The craziest thing is if Jalen was playing, I think this is more of a trap game.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because they feel like we're rolling. But now
this game's house money. Like whatever happens,
right? You want to lock up that number 1 seed at any cost, and especially if somehow, some way, I'm gonna be a blue man at 1:00. If somehow, some way, the Giants beat the Vikings, then it's really okay. Let's get this shit and get it over with. So that way, the next 3 weeks, we don't have to worry about nothing. All we have to do is worry about getting healthy, getting Gardner Johnson healthy. You know what I mean? Getting him back, seeing where he's at in his health, getting Jalen back up to speed. So that's why. But it's going to be Kelvin Joseph, Anthony Brown meant more to that secondary than people want to give credit for. They've been getting torched. That's the craziest thing that is mind-boggling to me when I take a look at this. Dallas this, Dallas that, Dallas this, Dallas that. Listen, Green Bay put up 30-some-odd points against us, but we ran the ball up and down the field. Dak has had 9 turnovers in the last 4 weeks, 9 interceptions in the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it's been, since week 10. The Jacksonville Jaguars put up 34 from a come-behind effort. They were down 21-7, 27-10 at one point, and came back and won 40-34. So I'm concerned with their defense, where I think we could find some holes. And I'm not concerned with our defense versus their offense. The one thing I will say is our secondary hasn't been fucking challenged in 3 weeks. Tennessee didn't challenge him really.
No.
We all seen with Chicago that Justin Fields he had nobody to throw the ball to.
Mm-hmm.
So now with this week, but see, this is the beauty about it. If we got Cowboys fans rocking it here, Dak is going to give you opportunities. Mm-hmm. He's going to make some dumb boneheaded shit where you just hope that Gardner just doesn't do the same thing. So I don't know. I don't see a way. I just think it's going to be one of those NFC East divisional games. I will say this, and this is where I may agree with PY. We ain't getting blown out.
No.
If it's a blowout in this game, if it's lopsided, it's in the Eagles' favor. Because I don't think you go. We're not built. You can't just blow us out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we're playing somewhat up to our par, you can't just blow us out. You can't just constantly put up 14, 7, 7, 7, 7 against our defense. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Captain. So it's going to be either close and we win or lose, or we blow these bitches out the water because, like Pete said, they're going to be we're the Cowboys, we're America's team, Jerry's world, this, that. And then, bitch, Jerry, you just said you were signing Odell last week, bitch. Is he on the team? No,
yeah. And then
you wouldn't sign this motherfucker. You wouldn't sign T-Lock. What the fuck T-Lock Hilton gonna do?
Jerry Jones came out today. I think I saw a quote said it's not happening now. Why am I not surprised?
He gets ahead of himself. He does it all the time.
Oh God. Todd Womack asked any update on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I'm assuming he's saying. Yeah. And he's eligible to come back Saints game. Mm-hmm. And that's the week after. So the following week.
So he can't even practice, right? He can't even be with the team.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Reed Blankenship is looking to play though. So that's really good. Although I will say Kayvon had a pretty good game against the Bears. So
yeah, he did.
Give him his flowers. For all the like talk about Pete Young getting on him all the time about him sucking. Like he actually
he does suck.
Yeah. So Wade Miller says Dallas Goddard Minshew connection is well known by the Cowgirls at this point. They'll be looking for that, which opens up other guys for success. Look for our running backs underneath.
I think Pascal has a good game. A big game.
Well, so I have two stats I really like going to this game. I will counteract Pete's stats. Are we ready? They're giving up over the last two games. They've given up an average of 31.5 points, and an average in terms of run game, 153 yards a game average over the last two games.
I don't know why they can't stop the run now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because all their safeties who are good at stopping the run are hurt, and they're not wide receiver 2 or corner 2 is down, which means they're putting more focus over the top as opposed to in the box.
Yeah, I think that if the Eagles are going to, if it's not Gardner having a huge game on offense, it's going to be Miles Sanders. Because I think that's the other way you attack them with the run game up the middle.
Yep, it's gonna be Miles' game.
Yeah, it should be Miles' game. I mean, he's fresh. He barely got any work last week, so
that's exactly what
flag.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that. I said not only is this a Miles game in terms of the personnel that we have, in terms of the Cowboys' weakness. Fuck it, Sirianni owes him. He owes him in fucking spades.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, before I know we're gonna have pretty soon, we're gonna have Greg coming on to join the show. Real quick,
we'll make the deal.
So while we're waiting for him, I don't know if you guys want to start the conversation, but with Jalen Hurts' injury, what are your thoughts? I know we talked about it in the chat, obviously in our group chat, but what are your thoughts about the repercussions, the implications, not only short term, because now we know that he's not playing for sure. He's been ruled out already. What are the implications long term? Do you have, and when I say long term, I mean long term for this season. Like looking ahead to, if we win this game, are we not going to see him until the divisional round of the playoffs? Do you think that's the right move? Would you play him at least a little bit against the Saints, against the Giants? Like, what would you guys do? What do you think the Eagles are going to do? Like, how do you see this playing out in the different scenarios?
I think they'll play him against if he's good to go, I think they'll play him against the Saints. And if it starts to get like crazy, which I imagine it will, he'll get pulled. So that way it's not like 3 or 4 weeks since he's last played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my only thing is you can't sit him for basically a month. If we win on Saturday, you cannot sit him for a month. You can't do it. You can't have a guy come in the divisional round of the playoffs who hasn't seen action in over a month. You can't do it. So theoretically, if we win on Saturday, I'll play him for maybe like a half against the Saints, just depending on how it goes. Like, I don't really care if we win or lose that game. I get the draft position. I understand it. But at the end of the day, as long as he's healthy, that's all I care about. But he needs to get his reps. And even against the Giants game, or even against the Giants in that game, I might play him a quarter just to keep him a little fresh. And then he has the bye week to heal up even more. So that's what I would do personally. I would not sit him for a month. That's a big mistake, in my opinion.
So should have ran the ball more Sunday.
Yep.
No fault to the defensive player. That's what they're taught to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to Jalen for finishing the game, making some key throws.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what grade sprain it is. I don't think like a grade 1, grade 2, how severe it is. But my first thought, like, in the chat, it was pretty much like, yo, if we win Saturday, I'm not playing him until the division round. But if we win Saturday and we lock it up, I'm probably not playing him. I'll probably play him maybe a series or 2 in the Giants game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, obviously, he wants to win MVP. That's just the competitor that he is.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Howard, I hope you're listening, Howard. You go to him and you tell him, listen, you don't need to do anything else. You're already our MVP. It's not going to change us at the negotiating table.
He's going to get a nice big fat check at the end of the season, baby.
No matter what. Okay? No matter what. So you're fine. But if we win, I'm not playing him at maybe a couple series in the Giants game just to knock that rust off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want him as far away as real life football as possible until he's. I've never had an AC joint sprain. I'm assuming that his sprain is very similar to what Goddard had, but Goddard was obviously severely worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I would say 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, for me, if I'm a reporter and I'm sitting there in a couple of weeks and they win this game and it's the Saints week, hey, Jalen, can you raise your hand for me? If he can't do this, I'm not playing him.
Right.
Because that's you can, if you can't do this without discomfort, then not. If he can't just say, hey, yeah, I'm here. Or somebody that's a fucking reporter in the press, just throw a tennis ball, see if he catch that bitch with his right hand. That's just I'm around pitchers.
Scott's been clutch these last few weeks, man.
So, but that's me. I don't know about you, Chucks.
Before I get to my answer here, let's bring on someone.
No, it's too much. It's too much meat on the screen.
What's up, fellas?
What up, Greg?
What up, Greg?
How are we, guys?
How you
Good.
All right.
Pete, you're nuts. If any reporter asks him to ever raise his hand, Pete, that reporter is getting shot. Just like the chick down in Tampa Bay who questioned Gio Bernard.
Oh my God, did you see that?
That was horrible, bro.
I thought he was going to swing.
Did she get fired?
No.
I thought he was going to swing.
No, she came back though. She came back and tweeted some.
She issued like a 4-page apology.
She had a long apology about it. But no, but you're right though to a point, right? If you can't raise your hand, then obviously you can't play quarterback. Exactly. But if any reporter asks that question, I don't think they have the balls to ask it first.
No, but right? Blaine would ask it because he's an ass.
Is there any reporter that would have the balls to ask that? I'm trying to think. I feel like Howard Eskin would.
Eskin would probably.
He's not a reporter. He's a joke.
He has enough clout that he doesn't care.
But he would because he's on the sideline. He can't ruin that.
Yeah, no.
He can't ruin that deal on the sideline with the beats that matches his suits. You know, every week. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's got the custom beats that match the suits. I don't know if that's just like that's a rap or if he's literally got 77 pairs of Beats headphones. But no, Pete, real quick to follow up on your point, he's got, if he doesn't play, if we win like today or this week or the Saints and it's not him, I think it's almost like we gotta act like old school now. Again, we're going back a couple years. Game like preseason game 3, right? When the starters used to play the half, come out in the second half, play that one series, to kind of fire the body back up, right? He needs to play a little bit, and a little bit more than just a couple series in that last game.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hijack you guys' show too much. It's been a while since I've been on with you boys.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
We are. I am on here to go ahead and
I'm trying to figure out what the logo is on the hat.
It's Mully. It's the Miller High Life.
Okay.
But it's Mully, obviously, because we like to use some mulligans every once in a while. You know what I mean? But we are in the middle of Greg and A2D's 12 days. Why would you let that go out of bounds? Oh, he did. Oh, he stepped out. No, Chucks, we don't need to do anything. Ralphie should be here on the back end with the wheel. We are good to go. But we are going 12 days of giveaways here with A2D. We're going to go back. Had a little mix-up last night with not having a local person win. So we're going to go back with what we had last night. $25 Baggio's Bread gift cards. You can find Baggio's up there in Mount Laurel, 823. If someone wants to pull that read up. Todd Womack, what up, brother? Haven't seen Todd on one of our shows in a while. Todd, what up, brother? Baggio's Bread located in Mount Laurel, home of the best stuffed bread, and I can tell you that stuffed bread is phenomenal.
So what's the difference between stuffed bread and the stromboli? I just want to throw this out there.
It's to me, it's the same.
Okay.
To me, it's the same. They call it stuffed bread, so that's what we're gonna call it. But to me, it's just stromboli, right?
Okay.
Gotcha.
I've had the pepperoni stuffed bread, stromboli. It is delicious. I know Uncle Sweeps went up there to grab a couple of them for his baseball team here the other day. I was in there in the afternoon. I saw the cutlets, saw the meatballs. I didn't get to dabble in them yet, but they look damn delicious. So we're going to go $25 gift card to Baggio's Bread. And if Mr. Ralphie is ready to go, we will go ahead and get this wheel ready. The only, as we go ahead and spin the wheel for the first time, this one does not count. We'll go ahead and spin it for the first one. The only stipulation to being a part of this spin is you must be an A2D YouTube member, a subscribe over on YouTube. $9.99 a month. And as we cross over into the new year, we're going to be doing a lot more things. The member section is being revamped and redone. So this is just the beginning of what we hope the member wheel and the member section is going to be as we head into the new year. So without further ado, Ralphie, let's hit this one more time. The winner of the $25 Baggio's Bread gift card. Come on, Jets. Make a comeback one time. Jets is Mason for 3.
Mason for 3.
Mason for 3. From way downtown. Mason, do me a favor. Hit us up on any of our social medias. Slide in either my DMs directly or any of A2D's DMs. And we'll get you an address. Give me an address. And we'll get this shipped out to you. Appreciate your membership. Thank you all for your membership. We will be back. I don't know. Is someone doing a show tomorrow? Are they doing the NBA show tomorrow? Does anyone know?
I don't
know.
Think so.
I don't know. If not,
I would assume.
I don't know.
If not, we will just do. We'll just make a quick video to put it in the members section on YouTube, and we will. We'll be giving out something tomorrow. Haven't made the decision yet tomorrow, but we are. We're rocking and rolling again. Only stipulation: if you guys want to throw the member, the subscription member link up. Or the read up real quick. I'll get that out before we go away. It is also in our description, in our bio. But the only stipulation to be a part of these spins and this giveaway is being a YouTube subscription member for $9.99 a month. That's it, boys.
All right, Greg.
Send me the link for that hat, Greg.
Great. Oh, chat.
Send me the link for the hat.
I definitely will, bro. I think it's Bogey Bros.
Okay.
BogeyBros.com. Miss seeing you guys. Hope you're all well. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas,
and your
Greg.
families.
Merry Christmas.
We'll talk to you guys soon.
Right.
Love you, buddy.
See you, boys.
ya.
Later.
Mr. Greggy Milakovic, the one and only. He used to be on our shows as a guest pretty often, so always love seeing him back on. Back in our me and Chrome days, back in 2017 when we first came on. So always good to have Greggy on. But as we were talking about the Jalen Hurts injury, my 2 cents. I think I pretty much agree with you guys in terms of what I would do. If we win, well, it's pretty simple. If we lose this game against the Cowboys, Hurts plays next week. We have to win. Like we have to. He plays. We have to win that Saints game, right? I know technically we don't have to. I'm saying like you got to go into with the mindset.
Right.
Of, hey, you got to win. You got to win the game before we start celebrating that 1 seed. So you got to win the game he plays. If we win against the Cowboys this Saturday on Christmas Eve, I would do it where on the Saints game you give them a few series, maybe a half, and that's it. And then Giants game, give them even less, but give them a few series. However, I want to also point out, and I told you guys this in the chat, it isn't unprecedented for even our team. I haven't done research on other teams in the NFL, but for our team to rest starters for this long, if needed.
No.
Back in 2004,
They did it.
I was
for
just
like
gonna
3
say,
weeks.
yeah.
remember, that last 2 weeks of the season, no key starters played, and we had a first round bye. So, like it's been done before, and that divisional game against the Vikings, the offense was completely fine, no rust. So there are examples, and I'm sure there are other examples in the league where it was the same, and I'm sure there are examples where there was rust, even with like a week or two off. So it's hard to say one way or another definitively. I think it all depends on the team. You have the coach. It's on the coach to know and get a gauge for how their respective team is built and what the players thrive on. If he believes that the players, the overall team, these starters need rest, then rest them. But what just happened?
My laptop fell off.
Okay.
You have your laptop actually on your lap.
I do, yes.
Okay.
But if he feels if Sirianni feels like his team needs to play, get their play at least a little bit each week, then play them a little bit each week. So I can't say I don't know for sure what they're going to do, but I would play them a little bit each week. But hey, if they need rest, if they need to be able to, if they have minor injuries, they'd want to get rest on and heal up, then by all means rest them. I trust Sirianni and this coaching staff to make the right decision. And I whatever they decide to do, I think it's fine. I think it's going to be okay.
How did he get anything on that run?
That spin, the first spin.
Oof.
Anything else from in terms of this upcoming game preview? Anything else you want to cover for this matchup? That Hurts injury? Anything?
I mean, it's time. It's time. Like this Cowboys, nothing needs to be said. It's been enough chirping from their side, a little bit from our side, and it's just time to get out on the field and go play. 4:25 Christmas Eve. I know Jake already said if we win with Gardner, it's gonna be a problem.
Yep.
So I'm hoping he's a problem that we all can handle. I want 99 problems. I don't want the Eagles to be one.
No.
I just want to throw it out here that now that Jalen's officially in Pro Bowl, Howie Roseman has drafted 3 Pro Bowl quarterbacks who were MVP candidates.
1, 2. Who's 3?
Carson, Donovan, and Hurts.
Well, Carson, Nick Foles.
Okay.
Jalen
Who
Hurts
is Nick Foles an MVP candidate?
is 27-2. He finished second to MVP to Peyton Manning.
Wow.
Oh, that's when he had the 55 touchdowns that year.
The 27-2.
Yep.
27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
He actually had first place MVP. Wow.
Yep. He finished.
I didn't
second.
know that.
Yep.
I didn't know that either.
Yep. He finished second to Peyton, and it was wild.
Yeah, and Peyton went off that year.
Well, yeah, Peyton.
That was
I
Peyton's
wonder what the actual vote count was, because that was the year Peyton went crazy.
Yeah, I think he had 55 touchdowns that year.
Yeah,
I think
He went crazy.
I remember week 1 he had 7 touchdowns, and me and my buddies were losing our mind.
Wayne Miller does ask a question we've often talked about here, but you ask again. You think Miles truly wants to stick around after this year? Maybe he settles for fair money and hopes to stick with a possible dynasty. Lot of young talent here. It's a shame that Nate Money isn't on, because I know he's been very vocal about what he thinks is going to happen. I think it's, although unlikely that he takes less money to stay here, I think it is a possibility. I'm not going to rule it out. It all depends on how much Miles loves this team and loves this city and wants to stay. We don't know that until it actually happens. And do I believe Howie's going to make him an offer? Absolutely. I think Howie's going to make him an offer regardless. Is it going to be a great offer? I don't know. I doubt it. I don't think it's going to be the top money that a Pro Bowl running back who finishes in the top 5 in rushing is going to warrant. But at the same time, I already mentioned before how this upcoming free agent running back class is stacked. So if that remains the case, all of them, they're going to drive their prices down. It's not going because of the demand.
It's not going to be a good market for the running backs.
It's not going to be like they're with the oversaturation, the price is going to go down. Yeah. So Miles may want to he may look at what he is offered and compared to the Eagles, and who knows, it may not be that bad, and he might be incentivized to stay. I don't know.
I mean, you got him. You got what? Josh Jacobs is going to be a free agent as well.
Josh Jacobs.
You got Saquon. You got Kareem Hunt.
I think Aaron Jones is up for a contract too.
Aaron Jones. A lot. I forget the whole list, but
there's a lot of running backs.
There's a lot of running backs. A lot. So that market's going to be saturated. As of right now, I mean, who knows? Maybe some of them resign. Maybe Saquon does resign with the Giants. I don't know. Jacobs is probably going to be gone, so he'll be out there.
Yeah.
But
he'll probably be the highest paid one, to be honest.
Highest paid one. Yeah. So Wayne does say, heard today Miles wants to be an Eagle for life. Where did you hear that, Wayne? I'd love to know the source. I'm not calling you out. I'm genuinely asking. Because I'd love to know, is that a direct source from him? Did he say it in an interview, or, was it like speculation? But let us know. I don't know what if you guys want to add to that, or what you guys think, if your stance has changed.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love for him to stay. Don't
Right.
get me wrong. I'd love for him to stay, but at the same time, I think running backs are really aware of how short their NFL lives are, unless you're like a transcendent type of talent. But if I'm Miles and I'm his agent, I'm like, listen, I understand you want to play here and you want to win championships and that whole thing, but if you want to get paid and you want to make life-changing money, not saying you won't make life-changing money here, but you can make a lot more life-changing money elsewhere.
I can say it.
So
he won't.
I would, what do you call it? If I was Miles, unfortunately, I'd be on my way out and getting the most amount of money I possibly can, which, again, I'm not mad at him for.
Day one, I'm like, this is my number. I'm not changing my number. I'm not changing my years. Go see if you can find it. If you want to come back and come to this number, we'll see you then.
Right.
Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm there, because at this point, I give him an offer, but then at the same time, I like Miles, but bitch, I can get a better version of Miles right up the interstate if the Giants don't re-sign him.
But you're gonna have to pay more money. You're gonna have to pay a lot more money.
I'm just saying. Honestly, I mean, for me, listen, Todd McShay is a dodo bird, but if we could trade back at 5 to like 8 or 9 and pick up an extra pick, I'm taking Bijan Robinson all day.
Not an 8 or 9. I'm not doing that.
No, I would kill myself.
That's just for me.
Bijan might be there late first round. I'm not taking him that high. I'm the running back guy, and I would not take a running back.
And even if we finish 9 or 10, just knowing how he is, right? Because we don't have, I don't think we have picks in the 3rd and 4th, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. So knowing Howie, that pick's going to be traded back for more.
Right.
And then possibly
the last running back that was taken in the top 10 that helped the team that took him. That's not
Zeke.
Terrell. That's not named Terrell Davis.
Zeke,
yeah.
Did they win a Super Bowl? That's my point.
No, you said help. You didn't say who you don't change the context of
Helped
the
that team
question.
win the
Sir.
Super Bowl. That elite talent helped them win the Super Bowl.
Well, you have
That's
to go
rare,
back
though.
to the
That's
90s
rare.
probably, or like 2000.
Elite talent that helped the team win the Super Bowl that was drafted in the top 10.
That drafted him.
Well, that wasn't your original question, by the way. You said help first. So I just want to
Help them win a Super Bowl. There you go.
Oh my God! How do you miss that? Not miss it, but like, okay, I just saw Zach Wilson had that receiver.
That's not even Zach Wilson no more. That's Mike
No,
White.
it's the other guy.
Mike White? No, that's
it's
okay.
Sturlover.
They pulled them.
Sturlover.
But like, yo, Uzama that should have been a touchdown. There was no one there. Hit him in stride, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah, see, they're even bringing it up. Yep.
Wow.
Oh my God, he was wide
But
open.
I mean,
my God.
I can't get too mad at the third string quarterback.
You're about to trade everything for Lamar,
Oh
bro.
my God. Oh my God. That should have been a touchdown. Oh my God. Anyways, as I was saying about to me, the only free agent running back I'm signing is Miles. If you don't sign Miles, I'm not going after anyone else.
Not even Kareem?
No.
I mean, when you say go after, you're not making him a top priority, but if you circle back.
Right. If you circle back, yeah. If you circle back and like the deal is really good, then obviously, yeah, sign him.
For me,
maybe sign him after the draft. So we'll see who's available after the draft, and then go from there. I would love Kareem, but I don't know.
Like for me, their top free agent priorities are already in house. That's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and to me Bradbury. I'll predict this now. I think Fletcher Cox is in Jacksonville next year. That's where I think.
Oh,
I like that.
Away from us, thank God.
Oh, I like that a lot.
They need that interior help, and he has the money to get paid, to get another contract, and then we have the young talent, especially if we get Jalen Carter or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Then you're set.
Please.
I think. Let's see. I think for the Eagles, if they're going to draft a running back, the only one I'm looking at in the first round is Bijan Robinson with that late first round pick with our own.
It has to be in the 20s,
and it has to be like the later
20s.
third, the later third of the first round. Which if it's our pick, it's going to be. If it's our pick, it's most likely going to be.
Right.
But yeah, late first round, Bijan. But if Bijan's not there, I'm not taking anyone else in the first round. I'm not. There's no, to me, and I posted this today. I was listening to Dane Brugler, who's amazing, one of the best draft analysts there is.
The beast.
The beast. He was on the Athletic pod, and he was asked the question. They were doing a mailbag, and he was asked about drafting a running back in the first round and what his thoughts are. And surprisingly, he agrees with me. Like you will hear a lot of draft analysts, like 90% of them in the media now, except for Todd McShay, but he's an idiot. Like they're gonna say, "Oh, you never draft a running back in the first round." All these analytics people, "Oh, you never draft a running back in the first round." But Dane and I, we agree. If you've got an elite prospect like Bijan Robinson sitting there at the back third of the first round, why not take him? The chances of you finding an elite talent, a difference maker like Bijan Robinson later on in the draft is slim to none. Those don't come around like that. You can find really good and great talents maybe, but to find like an elite or possibly generational talent. Like if we were to tell you like you're getting someone along the lines of LaDainian Tomlinson or an Adrian Peterson, why wouldn't you take them in the back end of the first round, where you can even have that 5th year option to hold on to them?
Yep.
You hold on to that running back for 5 years as opposed to 4, which is that's pivotal. So that comes in handy. So I don't believe in that whole mindset of, oh, you never draft a running back in the first round. Never say never, because if it's someone like Bijan, it's all good. Late in the first round, by all means, by absolute all means. So that's my rant for today. I loved it. Like, I loved hearing that, because I was like, yes, thank you, someone who agrees with me. My God. Eagle has landed, says draft Jahmyr Gibbs or Carbonet if we can't sign Miles in the second round. Yeah, second round.
I like Gibbs a lot.
Anything else, guys, before we transition over to the second quarter?
Not for me.
Nope.
Cool. All right. Second quarter of the show. If I can pull the sponsor, Mr. Pete Evans, who's giving us the second quarter?
Dr. PV Paul Bidell, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, rehab specialist in Burlington and Cherry Hill. He is our doc. Make him yours. SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com. Don't go out there trying to do no little 40-yard dashes without stretching, and you over 35, but you about to pull something. But
yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So let's shift gears to the NFL as a whole. I don't know if you guys want to pull up the on your ends. I'm trying to pull up the playoff picture right now with seeding. Maybe I'll pull up one on screen.
Oh, this is easy for me.
I'm trying to find a good one on screen. NFL.com. I'll pull up this one. But let's put it this way. What is one team in each conference that you really do that's on the bubble or on the hunt? Who do you want to see the most in the playoffs? One from each conference. So no, you know what? Just name one team. So Jake, you go first. Name a team that you really want to. It's in the bubble right now that you want to see in the playoffs.
So you're saying just for context. So do you want to see us, the Eagles, face, or
no? As a football fan, who do you think?
Oh, okay. AFC, the team we're watching right now, the Jaguars. That'd be nice. Like to see them in the playoffs. NFC, I'm trying to think of kind of one on the outside looking in. Probably the Lions, I would think. Yeah, the Lions.
I don't even need to go now. Fucking asshole.
I feel like everyone's going to go Lions. I feel like that's just the generic answer for NFC. Everyone wants to see the Lions. And no other team wants to see the Lions. I want to see them in the playoffs.
I want to see them play San
But
Fran.
as a football team, I don't want to see the Lions at all. I really don't.
Pete, what do you agree?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's going to say the Lions.
I said Pete, not Mr. Young, but go ahead.
Whatever.
Go ahead, Pete.
So mean to me.
I'm just saying. I said Pete. I called.
He has you on the bottom with the banner for the sponsors.
Yeah, not only is he blocking my fucking face,
Pete's used to being covered.
That's not my fault. It's the banner.
You can take the banner down if you wanted to, but
there you fucking go. I mean, obviously, it's not a team I would be excited to see, but I would love the fuck to play the Tampa Bay and get a rematch and beat the GOAT and go in the NFC Championship game.
Jalen would love that too, to be honest.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Jalen would love that more than anything.
And how many guys get to really say they beat the GOAT in the playoffs?
Yeah,
not a lot.
Not a lot. I'm going to switch it. This one is more screen friendly than the one on NFL.com. So I'm going to share this one. I agree with the NFC. I really do want to see the Lions in it.
Oh my God, he caught that. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I want to see the Lions in it. I really do.
Yeah.
I think the way they've been playing, and it's exciting. Now, like you said, Jake, it's going to be scary to face them because they're so good on offense. So I think for the Eagles, it's going to be that'd be a tough matchup. But yeah, like the Lions are I love watching them. And I'm so their offense is good. I think most of us called it. We had a feeling they would be really good. So
it took them a little while, right? Like at the beginning of the year, everyone's like, "Oh, it's the same old Lions," but now that they're good, they're legit.
Yeah,
they're actually legit.
So like this
wins right now.
Huh?
Were they at 7 wins right now?
It's 7 or 7. If you see,
I had them at 8, so I was pretty close.
Yeah. So this is the NFC right now. So we're looking at we're at the top of 1. We got Minnesota at 2, San Fran at 3, and Tampa at 4. I mean, Tampa is not even like a sure bet to win their own division. So like that's so crazy that that NFC South is just that bad. But yeah, they're at 4, and then you've got the rest of the NFC East filling out the wild card spots. I honestly, like, from a football fan's perspective, I don't want to see the Giants and the Commanders in the playoffs. They're just, I don't think they're good enough. I honestly would rather see Seattle and Detroit in at the wild card spots.
I like how everyone talked about how Brian Gable was this like life-changing coach because they went like 7-1 or something, and now look at them.
The record caught up with them. The schedule caught up with them.
The talent, the injuries. I think Dayball is doing a good job with what he can.
He's doing the best with what he has right now.
Yeah.
And then they had the refs on their pocket on Sunday. So
I was just gonna say they stole one in Washington
all day.
Yep. So I think Dayball is still doing a good job. I think they're definitely heading in the right direction.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize the Packers are still technically in the hunt too. That's crazy.
They got Miami though, boy. I don't think they. Rasul Douglas about to just run around. You're gonna see the back of Rasul Douglas's jersey, bitch.
See, the Panthers are playing well under Steve Wilkes, which is another thing. Like they could, if they win that division and make it in the playoffs. No one saw that coming after they were supposed to be tanking the rest of the season.
That division, it's insane to me how bad that division is every year.
Like they all made bad decisions organizationally at the same time. They just kept passing the beer around, like, hold my beer. No, you hold my beer. No, you hold my beer.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just Tampa Bay made the wrong decision in the head coach. And Todd Bowles should have known that. Todd Bowles, I mean, it's hard not to take a head coaching job. Well, he could have been like, I don't even need it. Give it to Byron.
Well, he told Byron Leftwich to fuck off, which is
it's just stupid.
Yeah.
What do you say? I'm trying to look at the comments real quick. Brodo says, I think I might be better than Zach Wilson, and I absolutely
honestly, yeah.
A lot of us.
I was telling Chuck before we went on. I'm like, I think me or you would have this offense moving if we were playing quarterback.
I can't throw for Billy squat. I run. I don't throw. Mr. Rudy Poo says the Lions. Angry Bear says the Lions. Of course, Don's going to say the Lions.
I was going to say, I hope during our Lions discussion, I hope Don's in here.
Yeah, I wonder if Don would be nervous if they're in the playoffs, or is this like this house money?
I don't know what his expectations were. So, like, if he didn't expect them to be in the playoffs, I mean, it's a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get the top 5 pick, and
said,
absolutely.
And they keep Jared
was robbed. So I'll say this: that was definitely 2 very questionable officiating calls. But at the same time, I don't care because we were robbed when we played them in our 1 loss. So I really don't care.
Yeah,
that they got robbed. Yeah, it's even Well, yeah, all we care.
Well, the crazy thing is Terry McLaurin's like looking at the ref. He's like, "Am I lined up?" And the ref's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Then he hikes the ball. Flag.
I know. And then
Nuts.
the one receiver got absolutely like blanketed, like mauled.
Mm-hmm.
That was Curtis Samuel.
Samuel, yes. Yep.
I was mad because I had a parlay on the McLaurin like illegal motion, illegal shift.
Mm-hmm.
I had Brian Robinson as an anytime touchdown scorer, and that was the last leg of the parlay.
You know what, Marcus? That's a really good point too.
Man.
That's a really good point.
That is true. If you wanna put stock into underlying conspiracies,
that's a good one.
That is a good one. AFC. If you look at the AFC picture, we've got the Bills at 1, Chiefs at 2, the Bengals at 3. You got the Titans at 4, Ravens at 5, Chargers at 6, Miami at 7. In the hunt, we still got the Patriots. That's crazy. The Patriots should not be allowed in the playoffs after what just happened. I'll just say that. The Jets, who are playing right now, looks like they're going to lose. They're in the 9th spot. We got the Jaguars, who are winning, at the 10th spot, and then the Raiders and Browns and the Steelers, all 3 at 6 and 8.
Jags gonna sneak in.
Let's see. My thoughts. I wouldn't mind if the playoff picture for the AFC was as is, but I would like to see the Jaguars in there too. Yeah, I don't know who over though. Like, if you can guarantee me that Lamar Jackson's going to be healthy, then yeah, Ravens are in. But if he's not healthy, then I'd rather see the Jaguars in there than the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think.
Yeah, Lamar might be done for this year. To be honest,
he may just play this last game in the Raven unit.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I think
that off-season contract ain't looking good right now.
Well, he has no one to throw to. That's his big issue. There's no one there,
and it's glaring. So I don't really think it hurts him like that.
No,
because it's glaring of what their weaknesses are, and then how the offense is just. And for anything, you were 9-4 when he went out, and you haven't won since. I mean, they won. They beat the Steelers. I thought, right? The first game that they beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh, but then they lost to Cleveland last night.
Yeah.
For me, honestly, I think the easiest answer is Jacksonville, because Jacksonville and Tennessee played the last week of the season, so probably the winner of that game is going to
be for everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. So they'll take. Yeah, I would rather see the Jaguars over the Titans. Yeah.
Right.
So
the Jets schedule is brutal, so I don't think they're going to be in.
No.
Titans, I'd rather see Titans out. Like Tannehill's, it looks like his season. I think it was reported his season's done.
He's officially done.
Malik Willis going to be the starter, and no one to throw to. I don't know. I don't want to see that. I have respect for Vrabel. I like Vrabel a lot, but as that team is constructed, I just don't.
They're not.
I don't want to see them in the playoffs. Like,
Willis is a poor man's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Huh?
Not even close.
And what aspect? You talking about physical ability or just what's between the ears?
In the way, like, because when I watched him come out of college, I'm just like, oh, he can run and throw on the run and shit. And I'm just like, oh, I can already see the wheels in people's heads turning, and they're like, oh, well, because I already saw people were like, oh, he's like a bigger Jalen Hurts who can throw, and I'm just like, no, I don't see that. I see the exact fucking opposite.
He's got
physical talents. He's better runner, better arm than Jalen. He's just, but once again, like I always say, Jalen has been groomed to play the quarterback position. Some of these guys are running backs at some point in time.
Yeah.
They just don't get it. Like Jalen he's a QB that can run in the quarterback's mind. Yep. That's what he is. That's what sets him apart from everything. The closest you can get, in my opinion, from what we've seen at his level of play this year, is what Russell Wilson was able to do.
What a throw by Trevor! Holy shit. Sorry.
That's my issue with guys like Malik Willis, and where they're playing at like shit schools like fucking Liberty. They're like, well, look how amazing he looks. I'm like, he's playing at fucking Liberty. Who the fuck is the defense he's facing in that conference?
So Don asked a question real quick, Chucks, and I'm just gonna let Pete. I'm gonna let Pete go. I'm gonna let him go. It's all yours, Pete.
He's understandable. You don't want the Ohio State schmuck. Just
I don't know, man.
It hasn't worked out yet. I mean, we'll see.
Hasn't worked out yet. Oh my god, I'm not even.
I'm sorry. Are the Bears? Do the Bears have a winning record? Yes or no? That's
game last. Oh my god, you're ridiculous.
Yeah,
winning record.
Listen, Justin Field had every Eagles fan at some point last week assholes puckered up.
Not me. Not for a fucking second.
Yeah, you're a liar. Shut up.
I believed in my team. I believed in my.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Your voice is cracked as you said that.
Move on. Move on.
Unbelievable. This
overrated as fuck.
Listen, when we were watching the Game of Chromes, I can guarantee you, I during that Justin Fields run, I heard a couple buttholes tighten up.
Yep. He's no Shane Falco.
But buttholes got tight. Buttholes got tight on that Justin Fields run. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's unbelievable.
You continue to be in denial and refuse to admit you were wrong all you want. But the more that comes out of your mouth,
wins are really making me shake.
The more that comes out of your mouth, the more idiotic you sound. So just
cool. Let me know when he has a winning season.
I'll just stop.
He needs a team. You think?
It's not fucking fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
But you can't put it all on Justin Fields' shoulders. If you put Jalen Hurts,
and they got Chase Claypool, they didn't do jack shit.
No, they did. But they knew where they were at. But I'm saying, like, if you swap places with Justin Fields and Jalen Hurts in Chicago, you think Jalen Hurts is the MVP candidate?
Yes,
he's not.
I think Jalen Hurts is that good.
No,
they're probably winning. Like they're not. He's probably at 13-1 on that team. That's obviously not happening. But I think they have a winning record.
You're insane.
I'm not. Jalen Hurts is that good.
No. He can't overcome the Bears issues.
No, you can put Patrick
Mahomes.
I think
you can put Patrick Mahomes on the Bears right now. They are not winning. They're not winning more games than they're losing. Oh my! You are so.
Mahomes is not leading them to a winning record. You're not.
Yes, Patrick Mahomes, like he's not anyone.
To give the benefit of the doubt to Trevor Lawrence and say that he had the worst coach last year ever, and that's fine. But you're willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because of bad circumstance, but you don't want to do the same for Justin Fields.
Patrick Mahomes,
you're picking.
Trevor Lawrence is about to take his possibly take his team to the fucking playoffs.
You're so obviously picking and choosing. It's ridiculous.
It's not. It's not. Both guys are in their second years. One guy is taking his team to a possible playoff hunt. The other guy is not.
Well, Jacksonville already had talent in the cupboard first, and they had the number one overall pick, and they have a Super Bowl winning head coach. All things Chicago does not have, because Chicago didn't even have their own first round pick this year, which would have been 5, if I'm not mistaken. I get it, but I mean, if you're looking at it through clouded lenses, then there's really no point. Yeah. He's going to have to prove you wrong.
Don't ever say, "Oh, I always admit when I'm wrong." Oh,
I do all the fucking time.
No, you do not.
Call me. I admitted I was wrong with Miles. I admitted I was wrong with Ben fucking Simmons. When Justin Fields makes the playoffs and is like this MVP caliber player, we can call me wrong. He hasn't done anything yet. He's had moments, but moments.
I mean, he's not a complete quarterback, but you can see the promises there with the legs.
I see lows and valleys. That's what I see with him. I've seen plenty of other quarterbacks do that. It's here, it's there.
He's been progressively getting better as a passer the second half of the season. If you don't see that, you're not watching, bro. You're just not watching. You're choosing to go with a narrative that you're making up in your head because you don't want to be wrong. That's the truth.
You kind of know you sound ridiculous, Pete, but you're
he's just rolling with it. I know.
He's just running with it.
I know.
Hats off to you for that part.
God.
He's committed too far now. He can't decommit now. He's too deep in it. He's too deep.
He in the Shaggy video, bitch. He in the Shaggy video. It wasn't me.
I know Chucks just wakes up in the middle of the night thinking, Pete might be wrong about this.
He said that he hopes you wake up in the middle of the night with the Pete sweats.
He does. He I'm on his brain. Like I'm on his brain.
I think it's hilarious.
Did you guys see I have Ren in that head of his.
Did you guys see what I put as his new profile picture on his avatar on my phone? I put the picture of Mac Jones
because he didn't even throw the fucking pass.
Oh, that was so fun. I hope you enjoyed your boy Mac Jones getting stiff armed all the way down to the 9th level.
That's another guy who stinks.
That was so funny.
Mac
oh
Jones
my god,
stinks.
that was so funny.
That's on Belichick for thinking. Let's go into a season without no offensive coordinator. What
I know. That's so crazy. It's
well,
so
hey,
crazy.
he's a genius. Bill's a genius.
So crazy. Anyways, so anything else league wide in terms of playoff picture that you guys want to bring up?
No, I just hope Detroit gets in. That's it. I just want them to get in and cause chaos.
Yeah.
And Dan Campbell, if he had maybe 3 less wins, or three more wins, he'd probably be coach of the year.
Yeah. Yep.
And honestly,
should be coach of the year.
I will say this. 4 weeks ago, my comeback player of the year was easily Saquon.
Yeah.
Easily.
It's got to be Brandon Graham.
My comeback player of the year this year, if them bitches get in the playoffs, is Jared Goff.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, I think it's Brandon Graham in my opinion. Like torn everything.
You got to get a double-digit sacks first.
If he gets double-digit sacks, it's got to be him, right?
Like when it comes to comeback,
it's hard to get somebody comeback player of the year when your team leads the league in sacks.
Yeah,
he's never had 10 sacks before, and everyone figured he was just
which is nuts
last year.
Which is crazy because he's what
34.
Yeah, I'm bringing him back next year. By the way.
Oh, definitely. I'm
great. He's for the culture.
You got to make him a lifer.
You have to.
He's for the culture.
And he's actually consistent, unlike Flesher.
And real quick, Zach Wilson's done. At least with the Jets.
But he got benched, right?
Yeah, at least with the Jets, he's done. He's done with the Jets.
Is
he in the game now, or is it the other guy?
It's that other guy.
Yeah,
that's another guy. Chris Sims loved.
But see, obviously Zach Wilson, when Sims says he loves him, he doesn't know about the mental. Zach Wilson's mental headspace is just fucking ass.
Yeah, Sims goes based off of
And I've seen plenty of analysts talk about this. It's not Chris Sims. This is exactly what he was at BYU.
Just a guy with a big arm.
Well, there were a lot of
analysts
that have Zach Wilson ranked high still. A lot of analysts had him as QB2 behind Lawrence, QB3 by Lawrence.
Oh my god.
High. So again, the traits were there. It's just he
has all the traits.
I feel so bad for Jets fans right now because
I don't.
Halfway through the year, they were just,
I saw how they take care of their stadium, and they deserve every fucking bit of it.
Don't they play in the same place the Giants play?
Yes, the nastiest fucking stadium I've ever been to.
Oh, my God.
Like, literally, they have the lights from, the 1970s, and, it's just, they attract every fucking fly.
Is that Jenkins again?
Up there. Like I showed up there for the Jets Browns game in 2019.
Okay.
And it was just garbage everywhere outside.
That doesn't shock me.
It doesn't.
It's
I like Matt Walsh's I think that's where the Jets need to go. I would not go with a young QB. I would sign a free agent veteran quarterback to stabilize that team. Because they have everything else. They just need comparable quarterback play.
Yeah.
Gardner
Minshew sign and trade. Let's get it done.
Gardner Minshew Jets as a bridge. Oh yeah,
that's what. Yeah, as a bridge guy for a year or two. That's what.
Okay, we're gonna let Gardner go, and then we're gonna bring Marcus home.
God,
but the dream will not die.
God,
why are we gonna get him?
Let's transition over now to the third quarter of the show. Before we do, it's brought to you by Gleason's Bar, located in 6700 Mill Creek Ave in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or online. Gleason's Bar and Steaks.com. Pro Bowl selections, guys. Whoever, I'll pull it up. Do you have any of you have the list off the top of your head of who made it?
I can pull it up.
Who was it? Malata? No, it wasn't Malata. It was John Lane, Kelsey, Dickerson, Jalen, Miles,
AJ, Hassan,
AJ, Devontae's an alternate. Sam Mullins an alternate. Starter. Slay made it. Bradbury should have made it.
Bradbury should have been the starter. Sorry.
Diggs making it over him is a fucking joke.
That's a joke.
Damn, what am I? So Brandon Graham made it, right?
He did?
Yeah, and Javon Hargrave made it. I think that's the 8 starters.
No, Hargrave didn't make
Hargrave
it.
was an alternate. That's one of the alternate. Yeah.
How you have 10 sacks and not fucking make it?
So like I think that Hargrave and Bradbury should have been starters.
Yep.
I don't. It's hard to get like nitpicky with this because one, I know there are only so many spots on the Pro Bowl, and when we have 8 starters named, like I'm getting a little selfish here, but like
right,
and Gardner should have made it too.
I don't want to throw shade to to all the players that did make it. I'm sure they're deserving too. So none of that. I don't want to do none of that, but I honestly just think that there were like, for one, I think Bradbury should have made it over Diggs.
Absolutely.
But the only reason Diggs got it is because he's a Cowboy.
Right. Star on the head.
Sorry. Yeah, the only reason he made it because he's a Cowboy. And then in terms of defensive tackles, interior offensive defensive linemen, I mean, you've got Aaron Donald, Jonathan Allen, Dexter Lawrence, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aaron Donald obviously
hurt.
Jonathan Allen and Dexter Lawrence. Now, who would I have rather seen? I think I would have taken Dexter Lawrence out and put Hargrave in.
Yeah.
But I mean, the other 2 are deserving, so it's tough. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Those are the 2 that really stood out to me in terms of how are they only alternates? They should be starters,
right?
Mm-hmm. Starters. Yeah, I don't know if you guys, because the quarterbacks were NFC: Darius Slay, Trayvon Diggs, Tariq Woolen, and Jair Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Tariq deserves to be there. Slay deserves to be there.
Yep.
And to me, I'd rather have Jair on there over Trayvon.
Yeah.
So,
no doubt.
Trayvon's playing better in coverage. He doesn't have the interception numbers, but his actual play is he's playing the position better this year than he did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he still gets beat
yeah, he's just not taking as many chances.
Yeah, I think last year everyone was like, look at what a shutdown corner he is because of all the interceptions and everything. And now, he's okay. He's had a decent year this year, right. But he's not that guy. He's not.
No, and that's where that's why I think Chauncey was one of the biggest snubs, because at that point he was still leading the league in interceptions and hasn't played in
4 weeks,
6 weeks,
yeah, something like
5 weeks, something like that. I mean, to me, and I looked on the list, I would have loved to see TJ Edwards get it as an alternate at least.
He's another one who should have gotten it.
He's playing at an all-pro fucking level, and the fact that he's not even an alternate is a joke.
Yeah, that's insane.
He's in the top 10 in leading tackles. So it's just, but it's stacked. I mean, I don't know if it's stacked at really the linebacker position in the NFC. Who's the starters at the linebackers?
Fred Warner.
Is it Dre Greenlaw too?
I would think. Then I think Micah made it too. Yeah, Micah.
Yeah, I forget he's labeled
the real linebacker.
Yeah, but he's that's what they have him as. They have him as a linebacker. Same thing with
outside linebacker. They have him pretty much as an edge guy. So they have interior defensive lineman, edge. They say outside linebacker, but it's edge guy.
It's an edge guy. Yeah. Same thing with Hassan.
It's still an edge guy, and then inside linebackers, but they still also have defensive ends. So I don't know how they're doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's fair because they're trying to include. They're including positions that are that are using both the 3-4 and the 4-3, which is fine, which is which is good. But they did three at each. I don't know if they were like, okay, we have to have 3 at each, but I would keep it fluid. Like when it comes to like that stuff, like I would say like, hey, if there's someone, if like for example, the 4th defensive end on our ballot, if we feel he's more deserving than the 3rd outside linebacker, then he's going to make it over the 3rd outside linebacker.
Right.
Like because to me, outside linebacker is the same thing as the defensive end, just in different schemes.
Yep.
One has their hand in the ground and one doesn't. I know they have different. They're asked to do different things now. No, I get that, but like when you have a hybrid front, that's what you're switching in and out. So I don't know. I feel like they should have been more fluid with it. But I mean, I'm not going to nitpick over a Pro Bowl. I'm going to look over to the AFC now. So I mean, I'll run down the list of names. Anything that jumps out to you. So quarterback for NFC. Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins. Running back is Saquon, Tony Pollard, and Miles Sanders, which I think is awesome, by the way. Saquon and Miles both make it to the Pro Bowl. I think it's pretty neat. Fullback, it's, of course, Kyle Juszczyk. I mean,
he's like the only one.
Not even close.
Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Terry McLaurin. Tight end, George Kittle and T.J. Hawkinson. Offensive tackle, you've got Trent Williams, Lane Johnson, and Tristan Wirfs. Offensive guards, you've got Zach Martin, Landon Dickerson, and Chris Lindstrom. Center, you've got Jason Kelsey and Frank Ragnow. And then defensive end, Nick Bosa, Brian Burns, DeMarcus Lawrence. Interior lineman, Aaron Donald, Jonathan Allen, Dexter Lawrence. Outside linebacker, Micah Parsons, Zadarius Smith, Hassan Reddick. Inside linebacker, Fred Warner, and DeMario Davis. At corner, Darius Slade, Trevon Diggs, Sharif Rowland, Jair Alexander. Safeties, you got Quandre Diggs, Buda Baker, and Talanoa Hufanga, a.k.a. Troy Polamalu 2.0. Love that. Special teamers, you got long snapper Andrew DePaula, punter Tress Way, place kicker Jason Myers, return specialist Kavonte Turpin, and special teamer Jeremy Reeves, which his video, by the way, was awesome. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. When Ron Rivera announces his Pro Bowl selection, definitely a tearjerker moment. But those are for NFC. I'm gonna go to NFL.com has a list of snubs. So I'll read through them. NFC, you've got Justin Fields. Yep, Justin Fields. That's right. Dre Greenlaw, who's beast too. So, yeah, I can definitely understand that. Javon Hargrave. We already talked about that. Christian McCaffrey, which I can absolutely see. I can understand. So it's a little bit surprising he wasn't named. Isaac, Isaiah Malu, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So those are the NFC snubs that NFL.com puts out. I don't know.
I think Hargraves is a big one. Him and Bradbury are my snubs.
Well, yeah, we talked about it. Anyone else outside of the
McCaffrey not making it is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's that one surprised me.
Who would you take out, Pollard or Miles?
Pollard.
I take out Pollard.
Yeah, I take out Pollard.
So it was Miles, Barkley, Pollard, right?
Pollard, yep.
Would you put CMC in place of any of them?
Yeah, Pollard.
I'd probably put him instead of Pollard.
No, I wouldn't. I would leave it like it is.
Oh wait, he's a free agent this year too, isn't he?
Yeah. Zeke's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Zeke is gone.
I am disagreeing with that because I think it's too much egg on Jerry's face to get rid of him.
Then if it's too much egg on Jerry's face, I would strongly consider paying Pollard.
I mean, are you really going to pay 2 running backs $100 million?
No. I mean, I would try to find, but I would not mind. Pollard is a Miles-esque runner, but a better receiver, and it's a little bit more explosive. But I think he's going to get crazy paid.
I have no issue with Pollard on this team. But in terms of Cowboys, it's like if you try and get rid of Zeke, you're going to look like the dumbest motherfucker for giving them the $100 million.
Any team that signs a running back like that outside of Carolina, look at Carolina.
Well, remember they had all the leverage with Zeke.
Right.
And they still caved.
And they didn't put the resources back into the offensive line. That's why they suck like that.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah, so, but I mean, CMC just wasn't consistent enough all year, whereas everybody else on that list was.
That's true. That's
okay.
True.
Good point.
You know, I mean, CMC, he's benefited from he got his change of scenery.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Whereas Saquon, before Saquon went down, it was Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. I can't argue too much against that. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I think that I'm okay with it staying at that or being that. You know, I think you can make a case for CMC, but I wouldn't argue too much against Pollard because Pollard has been really good. And hey, you could argue he'd have even better numbers if he was the main guy. But also you could go into the argument of, is he someone that can be a main guy? Like, is he like just a really, really good committee back? I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know. I know
Pollard would be perfect in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And he needs a system like that where it's kind of like you can run it, you can catch it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another place that he could fit.
I mean, the Bills seem to collect running backs like him, so I mean, they don't want a legit runner. They want a scat. They want to collect scat backs over there. So, which I think will still be their downfall.
Now that San Fran got CMC, they don't need him. I'm trying to think who else that.
Miami.
Yeah.
Miami.
Yeah, and they haven't they don't have big money committed to a running back. So
yeah. I don't know. Like, we'll see if Mike McDaniel would want like a lead guy. I think the questions about Kyle, if he wants a lead guy, were answered already. Obviously, we'll see if Mike McDaniel shares those sentiments. I don't know. We don't know. So, AFC, I'll run down real quick. Quarterback, obviously Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow. It's very obvious. Running back, Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry. Fullback, Patrick Ricard. Wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase. That's like your tier 1 receivers anyway.
Mm-hmm. You can't argue it.
You're leaving out a couple guys, but yeah, that's your tier 1 receivers. Yeah. Tight end, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews. Offensive tackle, Laramie Tunsil. Teron Armstead, Orlando Brown. Offensive guard, Joe Bitonio, Quentin Nelson, Joe Tooney. Center, Creed Humphrey, Mitch Morse. Defensive end, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson. Interior, Chris Jones, Quinton Williams, and Jeffrey Simmons. Outside linebacker, Matthew Judon, Khalil Mack, TJ Watt. Inside linebacker, Roquan Smith, CJ Mosley. Corner, Sauce Gardner, Pat Surtain, Marlon Humphrey, Xavier Howard. Can I just say real quick? You know what? Let me finish this and I'll go on back to it. Free safety, Micah Fitzpatrick, Derwin James, Jordan Poyer. Special teams, you got long snapper Morgan Cox, punter Tommy Townsend, place kicker Justin Tucker, return specialist Devin Duvall, and special teamer Justin Hardy. Can I just say how awesome it freaking is that 2 rookie corners, both conference, made it as Pro Bowler starters? That's awesome. I think that's freaking awesome. Both Tariq Woolen and Sauce Gardner. Kudos to them. They're going to be freaking studs for the next.
The AFC is definitely the better conference. I can tell you that.
It's not even close.
Just based off of the names you listed, like we're looking at overall positions. We already said it with the wide receivers. That's probably top 4. The tight ends, it's not even close to the best 2 tight ends in the league.
Yeah, no.
Safeties, probably the best in the league. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Yeah, I think the weakness may have been the linebackers. I forget who you said, but there's no. You said Mosley and Roquan Smith is inside. Outside was Khalil Mack, and who was the other rusher?
Hold on, I have to go back to it. Hold on. I mean, it was pretty. I know for
T.J. Watt was one too. You said
T.J. Watt was one, yeah. For linebackers, outside Matt Judon, Khalil Mack, T.J. Watt. Inside Roquan Smith and C.J. Mosley.
And I think Judon actually leads the league in sacks.
Yeah, Judon has to be in there. So I agree with that.
And even the interior tackles outside of Aaron Donald, obviously best defensive player in the league when he's healthy. But Quentin Williams, Jeffrey Simmons, some big bitches, man.
They are. Love
Quentin Williams has 12 sacks this year from a DT position. That's
insane.
That's insane. That's true. Bless you. I always remember him for that. I don't know if you guys remember when he sneezed after he was drafted.
He blessed himself. Yeah,
he blessed himself.
So bless you. Thank you.
It was awesome. I love that man.
I had to watch it like 5 times when I first saw it. I'm like, did this guy really bless himself?
Yeah, he's so funny. Love him. He's awesome.
Oh, he's
all right, let's get to No Huddle, guys. Before we do, let me read off one more sponsor if I can pull it up. Let's do this. Let's do Alonzi Travel, specializing in creating the vacation of your dreams at Disney, Universal, or wherever your heart calls you. Let their talented team of travel experts create a custom vacation for you, especially our own at A2D, Mr. Andy Ritz. No Huddle, guys. What do you guys want to talk about? I mean, I told you guys already, but I know Mr. Young didn't see. I know Jake didn't mention in the chat, but I finally watched Black Adam, and I'll read off what I said in the chat, just so
you gonna read off that whole novel?
What?
Give us the
whole
short
novel
version.
that you wrote
here. Oh, it's not that bad. I can read off it real quick. I said all flash, no pun intended, no substance. Felt like it was a collection of high budget action set pieces put together. Made it fun to watch, but a super simplistic story, and The Rock didn't really have to do too much acting wise. I wasn't a fan of Hawkman. I really liked Dr. Fate and Atom Smasher, but there wasn't enough of them. The Justice Society gave off too much of an X-Men vibe. Overall, even though we kind of anticipated, it felt disappointing that Black Adam was portrayed more as an anti-hero than an actual villain that he's supposed to be.
But he is.
I thought I'd be okay with it, but it didn't feel right. And then the post-credit scene, it's a waste. Again.
It was a waste now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts.
I mean, that's his whole thing. His whole thing is being an anti-hero.
No, but like he's in the comics, even in the animations, he's more ruthless.
I was just gonna say, yeah,
he's pretty fucking ruthless. I don't know what you were watching.
No, but compared to like his comic version, he's much more.
He's much more.
He's much more brutal.
Yeah.
Well, they had an R rating for the movie, and they had to cut it.
Yeah, which
that just supports my.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Testament. Like
that's a mistake.
The way the movie portrayed, like he wasn't as ruthless as what he usually is, and it kind of felt like I know, like in general, like he kind of borders that, but and this is not The Rock's fault. It's just
how they wrote it.
I think Hollywood in general, they're doing all these villain movies, but they're trying to spin them, and it works for some people, and I love it for some people. But I don't love it for others. I'm starting to get like, okay, like they're a villain. Like, yeah, you can add some humanity to them, but they're still like, I want to see them be bad, and it's not necessarily a bad thing to make them bad. But I don't know. That part's kind of nitpicky, but that's just how I felt. That's just how I felt.
Yeah, I think this is probably out there. I think the Cruella Disney movie is the perfect way of doing a villain movie. To where you can make you like, because I like her in that movie, but at the standpoint, I can still see why she's an evil bitch.
Yeah, that was done well. That was done very, very well.
But also, like when you have a studio that's giving you 50 different ideas and none of them in the same direction, and they change it every 2 minutes, like it's a Vince McMahon run Monday Night Raw.
this is what happens. But now that you have two people in charge who are like, this is the idea, no one else can change the idea. It's the idea 100%.
And I know I wanted to allude to that. So like, I know that with all the announcements of Gunn and I forget the other name,
Safran, the guy who's doing.
Like they're pretty much cleaning out. They're starting over. Yep. And I know there's a lot of backlash because like we've seen the DCU try to establish something. That post-credit scene that we just saw in Black Adam.
Yep.
Well, I just saw in Black Adam. We also saw it a while ago. Like them building that. Even in Peacemaker, you had the cameo appearances from all those guys. Like they were building towards something, and like it started to look like hopeful, right? But
wasn't Peacemaker Gunn anyway?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you said they were building or something, that part of it's probably still going to stay the same.
Yeah, but remember they had the cameo appearances by Aquaman and Flash,
right?
So, with that, what I'm saying is like they're supposed to be part of that continuity, but now they're not. So like
you can just make your own continuity, especially considering he's in charge.
So I think that I get the backlash. And the big one obviously was Henry Cavill now not being part of the new Superman project, and obviously the news that the Rock's Black Adam isn't going to be in there either. Those are the two. Probably like
for now, that's what he said.
For now,
the first stage.
But I understand because I've been wanting to see a Man of Steel sequel because I love that movie.
I think it's great.
I think it's an awesome movie.
I don't know. I just never understood the hate that it got. I never understood it.
I don't think I've ever watched it all the way through.
So it's really good. I think a lot of people's issues with it are the same reasons why people don't like the other, like Snyder stuff in general.
Because of Dark Tone.
Well, no.
Dark Tone, and because it became the reasons I've heard is that like they didn't like how they made Superman not a Boy Scout.
No, because like
I'm just telling you what people have said to me. Like, let me get it out.
I don't like that.
So like I've heard those complaints, which I disagree with. Again, like I don't agree with that. Like I don't know what other disagree. I don't know what else you've heard. Like people complain about with that movie. That's usually what gets brought up to me when I see backlash.
I think people are just sick of the Snyder stuff because all of his fans are toxic psychopaths, and they're tired. They're tired of them. And the complaints about we know we should have killed him or whatever. Said he had no fucking problem when they did it in the Christopher Reeves movies.
Yeah, I know he killed him in the Christopher Reeves movie.
I think Cable's really good. I was really excited to see what he could do with an actual director without the jerking off to Christian symbolism every 2 minutes. But I'm excited to see where they go with it.
Yeah, the point I was trying to make was that like I get why there's backlash and it sucks because like we won't get to see Henry Cavill anymore. We won't get to see like some of the stuff we kind of were looking forward to. But to me, I'm not mad at Gunn.
Until we go up.
I'm not. Like they obviously saw the DCU as flawed, and if they're going to be put in charge, they want to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue with them cleaning house and starting from scratch. If you're going to get mad at someone, get mad at Snyder.
Right.
Yep.
Get mad at Warner Brothers. When Batman versus Superman was scheduled to come out, I was like, okay, there's hope for this. Like I think there could be hope for this if they do this right. They can go ahead and introduce Wonder Woman and Batman in this movie, and then build the Justice League. I think you can do it if you do it right. Snyder messed it up. Snyder completely messed it up. Warner Brothers also messed it up. And Warner Brothers messed up big time. So if you're gonna get mad at someone, don't get mad at Gunn and Safran. get mad at WB and Snyder. Like
Right.
people, when the Snyder cut was released for Batman versus Superman, and people went bonkers over it. I watched it. Was it better than the
Yeah, it was great.
Apple came out? I thought it was better, but it still didn't fix a lot of the problems that I had still with the original.
Yep.
So I still saw it as flawed. Like there were still complaints, especially about the Batman character, that I didn't like what Snyder did. I really didn't like what Snyder did, even with his director's cut. So I just don't think the backlash should be towards Gunn and Safran. Like, if you're gonna blame anyone, blame Snyder and WB. And you should be at least open to what Gunn is willing to do. Because Gunn, with his 2 movies he's done, Suicide Squad and then the show, not 2 movies, but 2 properties he's done, Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, he's done a really good job. Those were good movies, good films.
Not to mention he's got Guardians, and he just did the Guardians Christmas special, which was received very, very well.
It's very good. It's very good.
I don't love it, but like it's solid. Like, look, the DC universe is a complete and utter fuck up. Like, it's like trying to understand and comprehend things that are going on in that universe is utterly insane. And they're like, "Oh, we don't want to be like Marvel." I say, "Well, you don't want to be like Marvel 100%, but yes, you should follow a formulaic pattern at least to understand how your universe is set in, and at least in this version, there's a plan. Beforehand, the plan was, well, we don't have a plan, so we'll just do random ass movies in different universes with no real connection, and that'll be our plan. That's not a plan. That's a fuck up."
Yeah. I think, like we talked about on here, Pete, with DC, they didn't have to copy or replicate or have a continuity like Marvel's. What Marvel did with their continuity was genius, masterpiece. You don't have to have that. You just have to put out good movies.
It's hard to do that when you don't have the continuity, and hence the fact that DC and WB stuck their foot in the ground and said no, and then you go hire somebody from the MC universe to run it all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you finally, like, the light bulb went off. Like, it's not so much the structure that you don't want to have. Your characters are different, and I would say majority of people probably prefer DC comics over Marvel comics anyway. It's just that they never got that. Like, listen, I love the MCU. I love what it did. Marvel doesn't have anything fucking close to Batman Beyond the animated series. Nothing. If they get that right,
Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Oh my god,
so good.
It's shit that Marvel can't touch. You know what I mean? Not to segue the conversation real quick, but I will. Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, that second trailer that we saw. I can't wait. I don't know what was going on at the end. I was like, who is he being chased by? Then I went back and watched it again. Like, are those all Spider-Mans? Like, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, shit's merging together. Can't wait to see that. But, and I didn't have any of you watched the trailer for Loki season 2 yet? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I didn't even know it came out, the trailer.
Okay. I seen it. You said you did watch it, Pete? Good, bad, indifferent?
Good. I mean, I'm not a Loki fan. I think he's a bad. I don't think he's a great character. And I think people only love him because he's good looking. Which it's a legitimate.
I think he's a good character. I think.
I think. I don't think he's a bad character. I think people overrate the fuck out of him at times.
Okay.
And I'm not a Loki fan in any way, shape, or form. I love the fuck out of Loki. I thought it was really good. I'm also a huge DB Cooper fan.
Okay.
So that scene where he's DB Cooper, they make him be DB Cooper in the first season. I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
I like the dynamic with Loki and Thor. I like their chemistry.
Yeah, yeah.
Loki by himself was different.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't capture the same stuff. I still enjoyed the series, but it wasn't like when you just have Loki by himself trying to carry that series. it didn't feel as I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed watching him and Thor together, and whenever they were together in the Marvel movies. So that's where I think their brotherly chemistry was just awesome. So yeah, Todd Womack says Loki is great. Season 2 is going to be crazy. What else? I already told you how I watched She-Hulk. I'm watching Peripheral right now. I'm more than halfway done. I know, Pete, you're the only one on here I think is watching it. What else? Oh, I think I already mentioned it to you guys, but we're about to start season 2 of Alice in Borderland. If you are a fan of Squid Games and you haven't watched Alice in Borderland, go watch Alice in Borderland. Alice in Borderland is better than Squid Games. It is. It just is.
I just think between anime and Squid Games and Alice in Borderland, I just can only imagine what other type of TV shows are coming from the Far East. It's they have for such a tame society in public, behind closed doors, boy. Woo.
Yep.
Lord.
Yeah, I know they have. I know there are probably other series where it's based around like survival games. So I'm pretty sure those two aren't the only one. But I watched Alice in Borderland before I watched Squid Games, and I enjoyed the heck out of Alice in Borderland. I've been waiting for season 2 for so long, so I'm very happy. And then like after I watched it on my own, and then after I watched Squid Games with Mary, I told her about Alice in Borderland. And I was like, "Yo, I watched this before. I think this is better." So she watched it. I watched it again a second time around. It's so good. She loves it too. So she's excited. She's so excited to watch it. Telling you, if you like it, go watch it. It's better storyline, better characters, and the games are more intense, in my opinion. Yeah. See, wealthy mind. Alice in Borderland is incredible. It is. It's so freaking good. So freaking good. I'm not trying to throw shade on Squid Games either. Squid Games is really good. I enjoyed it, but Alice in Borderland is one of those shows where I'm like, I'm dying to watch. I'm absolutely dying to watch. I don't know if I have anything else. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't have anything else as far as that. On the somber note, Franco Harris, Mike Leach, and then today Ronnie Hillman, man. All rest in peace. Prayer be with your family.
Yeah.
All different circumstances, different scenarios, different losses. So just prayers to those families involved. It's tough to lose somebody around this time of year. So
yeah.
Well, it's crazy with the whole situation with oh my god, I just lost his name.
Ronnie Hillman.
No, not Ronnie Hillman.
Leach or Harris?
Harris, thank you. Like it's just crazy because like he passed away the other day, and tomorrow, well, in half an hour, it'll be the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, and then obviously they're going to have the whole ceremony retiring his number. Only the third Steeler ever to have his number retired.
That's
crazy.
So it's kind of cool because I guess like in a sense they're going to, instead of like it's a celebration still, but there's going to be like a memorial kind of thing reflecting on his life and that whole thing and all the stuff that he's done for football. And like I saw on social media too, where people like when they heard the news when it happened, they're like, I literally ran into him the other day.
Yep.
They seem fine. So I don't know. Who knows? Life's crazy like that.
Yes, it is.
It is. Absolutely. So yeah, prayers out to them and their families. It's crazy. I couldn't believe when I saw him in the past and I saw how old he was. I'm like, really? That's it?
Yeah.
He's in hospice, bro, at 31.
31?
Yeah.
I thought like knowing like how far back that team was,
right?
When he played, I thought he was in like his mid to late 30s. 31?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
That's Cancer knows no bounds, bro.
That
Yes,
is
sir.
so crazy.
Does not discriminate.
Oh yeah. On a brighter note before we head out, I want to give a shout out to the person that puts up with me the most and my shenanigans.
Oh yeah, tomorrow, right?
And who is
You're welcome.
my lifeline.
Bitch.
And, love you. I was waiting for it too. I'm like, I know you.
Well done. That was good. That was good. Well done.
That's how you guys keep me around.
But yeah, happy birthday to my lovely and amazing wife, mother
Poor woman.
child. We have plans for tomorrow, so hope she enjoys them.
Wine and dine. I said wine and dine.
No, we're actually going to Pete. We're actually going to K-pop tomorrow for lunch.
I'm sorry, you're going to
nice.
Yeah.
The one in Philly?
Yeah.
What is that?
Hot pot barbecue.
Hot pot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Yeah. Going to that because she hasn't been to that one. And then we have a party to go to tomorrow night too. It's our friend's Christmas party, but they're also including her at a birthday party for her. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
See?
I wish her the best birthday ever until next year, which hopefully will be better. But shout out to her and all she does. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for everything she does and the way she supports me. So
happy 21st birthday, Mary.
Happy birthday, Mary.
21st birthday. Absolutely. And shout out to all the other December birthdays. I know it's tough this time of year because you're lumped in with the holidays. So I want to make sure that anyone who has a birthday in December, especially this close to Christmas, you guys get yours. Get your flowers. I wish you the absolute best. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the holiday as well. Anyone else? Anything good?
Mr. Young, anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
Cool.
Okay.
He made it through the whole show. Wow.
He was struggling.
Falling asleep. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Not even just asleep. I'm just like I've been up since like 7 a.m. I'm still like coughing and wheezing and shit.
Oh boy.
You may have like pulmonary sarcoidosis or some shit like that.
Right.
I went to the doctor today and they're just like, you sound fine. We're gonna give you some grade A Mucinex, bro.
If anyone has
as opposed to grade B that they put out.
I don't care. Give me the good drugs. I want the drugs the rich white people get.
If anyone has
the Mucinex that Leo DiCaprio gets, okay? I don't want the drugs that I would get.
Oh, God.
If anyone has ESPN on right now and you're watching Robert Saleh's press conference, he's not saying anything, but the look on his face, he is furious.
He's like, shit, Black Tuesday ain't gonna be, or Black Monday ain't gonna be good to my ass.
Yeah, he's you can tell by looking at him, he's just mad.
Yeah.
Would you fire real quick before we go? Would you fire Robert Saleh?
No.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Nope.
Can't blame him.
Yeah, I wouldn't fire him.
I like Robert a lot. I think he's a really good coach.
I like him a lot.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you for being on as always. To everyone listening, thank you so much for hearing us out, for listening in, being part of the conversation. For all of our other shows, make sure you tune in. For everyone in the chat, we've got shows for you every single day for you, except for on Christmas, I'm sure, or on the holidays.
Yeah, no.
So check your schedule. But with this being the final show we have before Christmas, I want to say happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all of you from the bottom of my heart, for all of us here and for all of us at A2D.
Yep.
We mean it when we say God bless, enjoy yourselves, enjoy the time with family or whomever you celebrate with. May you have a blessed holiday, and I wish you guys nothing but the best, all the love and everything out there. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get everything that you guys deserve in this world. And remember just to be kind, be nice, be good to others. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays,
Can't say
guys.
any better myself.
Yep. For myself, Mr. Pete Evans, Mr. Pete Young, Mr. Jake Friel, and all of us at A2D, We will see you next week. Enjoy Eagles, Cowboys, Minshew Mania on Christmas Eve, and enjoy the rest of football this weekend. We will see you next week. Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace out.
Later, guys.